Hello.
Hello.
What are you hanging up there?
Some novelties.
Oh, yeah? Like
Vibrators and dongs and
butt
little
plugs,
butt
and
plugs.
right down my line, okay.
Penis enlargers.
Oh, jeez.
Anything you think of.
Anything we can think of.
Yes.
Yes, quite an array.
Welcome, dipshits, to Season 3 of Dollar Bin of Doom. Each episode, your hosts, Kevin and Sam, review a movie or video game they find for $1. And, yeah, that's basically it. And now, your least favorite friend's favorite YouTube channel, The Miserable Hair People.
If you had no scruples, do you think it would be fun to be a racist?
Fun?
Yeah. Like cathartic. Like if you could just let it rip and not feel bad. Because every time I even think about being racist, I just look at imagine the face of the person I'm saying it to, and then I get real sad.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, it's a good thing. But like if I didn't have that, do you think it'd be fun?
Do you think racists are just like, all the time?
I don't know. I can't think of another reason why they would do it. Welcome everybody to another episode of Dollar Bin of Doom. You know what? It's a special episode. Do you know why, Kevin?
We have a returning favorite?
No.
Wow.
Jesse the Triumphant returned.
How's it going? Yeah, I don't think anybody's seen the episode. YouTube killed everybody who's seen the Android
I had to
Apocalypse
change
episode.
it. I think it's back up now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
what happened to it?
watch out.
WWE footage, man.
Had
to edit that out.
Yeah. What are we doing? What is this movie? What is it called? Scarecrow Junkie. Scarecrow Fun Time.
Try again.
Scarecrow Gone Wild.
Really
playing on the Girls Gone Wild predatory pedophilia DVD.
I think it's in the same cinematic universe, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's like Girls Gone Wild number 25 Scarecrow edition.
Do you guys have fond memories of the Girls Gone Wild DVD commercials?
No.
The commercials, yes.
Yeah.
I've never saw one. I think I saw one of the DVDs at like some friend's house whose dad was just a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But no, the commercials, yeah, they always brought me happiness.
Yeah.
I feel like my parents would always walk in when those commercials were on, just trying to watch like Deadliest Warrior or something on Spike.
Yeah.
And they just
totally.
walk in, and it wouldn't be about fucking like IRA versus the Taliban or whatever. It would be it'd be Girls Gone Wild. They'd be like, Jesse, what are you doing?
That was a good episode.
Man, so those episodes of Deadliest Warrior, anytime there's guns, you're like, if it hits you, you die.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
What are
I
you
always
doing?
liked season 1 where it was like samurai versus ninja,
Right. Well, that episode was fun because the Taliban turned out to be like slightly better funded. They had more ordnance.
Yeah, they did. Thanks, U.S. government.
Yeah, if I were going to be religious, I think I'd be a Muslim.
Respect.
Probably should be careful who I tell that to, but
Hey, no judgment here, brother.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, there's like a million of them. I think Christians still got them beat, but we're on the up. We're climbing. Attendance is in.
You're we now, huh? It's like your favorite football team, huh?
Yeah, I'm rooting
Gonna
for
win
it.
the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You think they give us as much of a shit about like porn and masturbation and shit? I feel like the Catholics are really hung up on that.
I think it depends on the branch. It's like Christianity. Far right Muslim, they're gonna chop your dick off if they catch you jerking off. Whereas like the chill Muslims, they might not care.
I think that's a blind spot. I think they'll be like, yeah, don't steal or I'll fucking cut your hand off. But you can steal the cum out of your balls and I'll give you a big high five.
Or they just get really disappointed at you and that's it.
No, they're hype.
Gotcha.
They're hype for
That's
it.
God's liquid coming out of you.
That's right, dude.
God wouldn't have put all that jizz in me if he didn't want me to get it
Didn't
out.
want it to
You know?
come
That's
out,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why he gave you so many wives.
I didn't think we were gonna start this episode about it.
You were
I
cutting
did.
all
Scarecrow.
this
I
out.
did. Yeah.
All
With,
this is getting cut out.
I keep some of that in. I
Yeah,
think.
man. Yeah. No. But yeah, that's fine. Man, I put Scarecrow Gone Wild, I think, on every Eliminator.
Yeah. And I told you I wasn't going to say the thing I should say
You know what?
about that circumstance.
This is my gift to you. You go ahead and say it.
I think you just like bad stuff, dude. You got bad impulses.
Yeah, I got bad impulses.
If you had to vet everything in that bin, I think you'd be left with almost nothing. To be fair. And like by what
no.
criteria?
This is a very deeply personal thing we're talking about with Kevin.
I see.
Kevin has a bad track record with liking things that end up being very not cool.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, you're
okay.
a wrestling fan. You know what that's like.
Dude, I was a fucking. I'm not even gonna. I don't know if I should even
Say
go.
it, say
I was
it.
my
Say it.
favorite wrestler as a kid was Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
I'm sure he was
So,
great.
Vibes check. I'm not good at that either.
Dude, I bet the vibes were great. They just went a little sour after a while.
Yeah.
The ending of the book wasn't great.
Yeah.
God damn it, the bitch in middle though.
But yeah.
Have you ever heard the minutes theory of nutrition? Where like you eat a donut and you take like 6 minutes off the end of your life.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
if you eat some broccoli, you eat like you put like 12 minutes on the end of your life or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd call it, but I want to call it like the kill you, the murder suicide dumpster, where the more you get hit in the head, the more garbage you throw into the dumpster.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
So like you got. Once you get to the brim and it starts going over, that's when you kill your wife and
Yeah.
your.
Oh, Jesus.
I like to think every day you wake up and God has a big dartboard, right?
Uh-huh.
And he throws a dart, and somewhere on that's a little square space that says "Murder your wife and kids and yourself."
Yeah.
And every chair shot you take, he just adds just a little bit more green
Yeah,
onto that.
exactly. Yep.
And then one day, God fucking bullseye, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we have to talk about this?
I mean-
This thing fucking sucks.
It wasn't great. I was so looking forward to this movie, man.
Why?
So it was directed by the guy who made Hard as Nails,
Hard as Nails,
which is
yeah.
a classic. I think it's one of my favorite movies.
It's one of the old ones. It's was decently
great.
enjoyable.
The fact that it has Ken Shamrock in it, we didn't really talk about. Do you even know who Ken?
All right, this is gonna come off bad in front of you too, but wrestlers in this shit almost guarantee that it's gonna be garbage.
100%. I agree.
You're not
100%.
breaking
Like they
news.
suck so hard. They're not good actors.
Yeah.
Well, and they didn't get somebody who was known for his charisma.
No.
You know, he was a beefcake who'd kick your
Yeah.
ass, basically.
Right, but
It's Ken
charisma isn't
Shamrock.
acting.
But even in the 90s, so Shamrock was a dude who made his name in MMA before it was like a UFC thing.
Still not an acting gig.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's how he made his name. Got
Yeah.
signed by WWE.
Yeah.
And his whole character was, I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Yep.
They never asked him to cut promos. He didn't have a character other than, I legitimately will punch you to death. So the fact that he's in a movie
Is bizarre.
is crazy as
Yeah.
fuck. There's
Yeah.
1,000 other wrestlers you could cast.
He
in this
doesn't even
role.
have like the physical charisma of like Bill Goldberg. Like
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg's awful in movies, but it's like you kind of get it, right? You're kind of like, okay, like this guy has presence. Like Ken Shamrock has presence too in a ring, but like in that movie,
Is Batista the only?
Yeah.
He's the only actor that came out of wrestling.
Cena's
Don't
done
say
some-
Cena.
Cena's done
Don't say
it's
Cena.
like my childhood was watching Prime Batista, and I feel like he was awful at cutting promos.
Yeah.
He was awful with
because he
his
should have been
charisma.
like a dramatic actor.
So, yeah, apparently,
Yeah.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Dude worked his ass off. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, well,
I think wrestling is amazing. By the way,
good.
Yeah.
I don't
I think it
hate
is too.
wrestling. I just
Hate the guy who ran it for 40 years.
I hate the guy who ran it.
Sure.
I hate sort of the culture of it.
Yes, fair,
I hate a lot of the people who wrestle in it.
Yeah.
fair.
You hate his favorite wrestler?
He's not my favorite wrestler
Benoit?
anymore.
He was.
No, I don't hate
Not
Benoit.
my favorite wrestler anymore.
he was
Ben,
good.
Benoit is a tragedy. That is straight up and down a tragedy. Like,
Yeah.
was he really a bad guy or was he horribly brain damaged?
That's
maybe
the question.
maybe
man.
a little bit of
I
both.
can't remember what. I'm sure you've watched a podcast on it, but there was one guy that killed his family or whatever and was like, "You need to dissect my brain. Like something is very wrong."
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they dissect their brain and they're like, "Yeah, something was very
Yeah,
wrong."
sure shit.
Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. He seems like a victim of.
Was it Junior Seau? The linebacker?
Didn't he just kill himself, or did he murder suicide?
Well, no, he murdered. Yeah, so at least suicide. But I think he left a note being like, "Please study
Please
my
dissect
brain."
my brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad.
Super
I think it's
sad.
like, on one hand, you can feel bad about just what happened, and you can feel, I think, a certain sense of tragedy about what happened to him.
Totally.
Because yeah, it does appear like that was a factor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he still murdered his wife and
Yeah.
kid. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
but it's I don't see he didn't make a moral lapse. He was just insane.
Yeah.
It's like if a bear mauls someone to death. You didn't think, oh, that bear was a bad person.
Yeah,
He just mauled somebody to death. It sucks.
that's what bears do.
And bears are violent.
so you're saying put Benoit in the Hall of Fame?
Put Benoit
Yeah.
in the Hall of
Okay,
Fame.
all right.
Guy's
For-
a saint.
His in-ring work. Yeah.
See, but you got to put Nancy in the Hall of Fame too. Then if you do that,
Reagan?
No, his wife.
Because she blew all those dudes?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
Nancy Reagan because she blew all those dudes, and also
Yeah.
Nancy Benoit. I feel like you're really desperate not to talk about this movie because you're talking about wrestling.
What's there to talk about? Some teenagers or college age kids who are definitely college age get killed.
Yeah, they're definitely not like they're not.
Some
our
die in a
age.
cornfield. Some die at the beach.
Well, I guess there's not that much that happens. Yeah. I mean, the first scene, the first scene, some unrelated girl.
The sad, you're like, I mean, shit. He makes a good point.
Some unrelated girl gets killed in broad daylight.
Yep.
And they try to pretend that it's dusk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Briefly.
They just lower the brightness.
Yeah, we see somebody's hand off frame.
Yep.
And then we cut to
initiation, right?
Initiation,
a
Fight
baseball
Club.
team?
Oh yeah, they're their teammates.
Yeah,
in
which
the
was
shower.
fun.
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock's not about that.
No, he's their coach. I think,
There's a lot of gay shit he can put up with in wrestling, but that kind of crosses the line.
Yeah.
So
And wrestling's definitely not a bully culture.
it's true. No, it's very inclusive.
And they
very
encourage
nice.
homosexuality, right?
It's-
They're really
yeah.
cool about that.
It's true. Yeah, they are. They're very.
cool.
They're
Vince
very
likes
woke.
homosexuals, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it, dude.
Vince has said a lot of gay shit though.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know? So
He also said the N-word that one time. That was fun.
yeah, cut
Yeah.
to that.
No, I don't want to.
Cut to that.
What's good in the hood? Just holding it down, trying to take care of business. Keep it up, I'm a nigga.
I get it, guys. It sucks that somebody that fucked up can have a good idea.
It really does.
He had a lot of
Sucks
good
so hard.
ideas,
He
unfortunately.
had a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
So did Hitler, right? He had some good ones.
No comment.
Great artist. Great artist.
Dude, architecture had it
Yeah.
down. People, not so much.
Yeah.
Have you seen Hitler's paintings?
No.
You should
not
look them
bad.
up. They're weirdly
Okay.
impressive.
Well, genocide aside, I'll have
Yeah.
to put that. Take the author out of the.
yeah, exactly.
out of
You
the-
gotta, you gotta separate
Work
the art
artist.
from the artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, if you want to come over, I got a couple hanging up. So if you
Wow.
wanna- yeah.
Yeah.
The originals too.
Yeah. Yeah, next to my Gacy clown painting.
Is it the same to appreciate Hitler's art as it is to appreciate Chris Benoit's work in the ring?
No,
You know,
not
is
even
that-
close. no, because Hitler was
6 million times less.
Yeah. Hitler was
Maybe.
Hitler couldn't wrestle for shit.
That's
is what
true.
We're saying.
First
well,
of all.
and Hitler, his morals were fucked. Chris Benoit seemed like a decent person up until his brain turned into Swiss cheese, right?
I mean, he never really. He was kind of like quiet. Like he
Yeah.
kind of kept to himself.
That's fair.
He had a lot of
He's
respect
allowed.
from people,
Yeah.
but he was also the type to. Related to the movie, he was also the type to haze people.
Yeah, that's also
so
very true.
Okay, maybe he's a shitbag,
He might have been.
but not as big a shitbag as Hitler.
Well,
So Ken Shamrock's a baseball coach, which is bonkers.
yeah, it doesn't look like he could properly hold a baseball bat. He's so fucking buff.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So his team's they're hazing, right?
That's
That's what they're doing.
They got guys tied up in there. But he's like, hey, don't fucking do that. I'm gonna put you all in an ankle lock if you do that again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, and the one
And,
guy's
that's
like,
his
"I
move.
promise I won't."
Yep.
And then he fucks some chick while his buddies go off
Yep.
and do it again. And we thought that kid was taking steroids.
Yeah.
The kid they crucify.
Nope.
Turns out, it's just a big syringe full of insulin.
Yep.
What's the difference, really, if you think about
It's
it?
true. It's true.
It's like steroids for your blood.
They crucify a guy in a cornfield for being diabetic. I think they really don't like diabetes. It bums the vibe, and,
Yeah.
he's not dead though.
Yeah.
He's like in diabetic shock or something.
Yeah, something
and,
like that.
Behind him is a scarecrow. The scarecrow comes to life because Frosty the Snowman or some shit.
Yep.
He's got a hat. I don't know.
So they get into a car and they drive 900 miles
Yep.
to a beach.
I really had to hammer that home the whole time we were watching it because I just couldn't fucking believe it. Like they're in a cornfield in Kansas,
Yep.
and the next scene they're in fucking Cancun. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Then we get some beach volleyball shit. We get some
Baywatch.
titties. Titty lady is porking one of the dudes behind the mom's back.
yeah.
That's what was going
I
on.
couldn't figure out who was who.
It's a
That's
weird
fine.
subplot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they fight about that.
It's just an excuse to separate them
Mhm.
so that our scarecrow can.
Yeah. Well, he picks apart the haze guys,
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
dudes
no, in the
getting
cornfield.
In
the
the
kids who were
cornfield.
being hazed were the first to die.
which is always good. Because if you were going to rewrite this movie, you'd want the haze kids to like
Be the heroes.
Yeah.
and save the people hazing him because that's how good of a guy he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But instead, we're going to talk
Scarecrow
about Chris
don't like
Benoit
that.
for 20 more
Yeah.
minutes.
Mhm.
Scarecrow,
die.
yeah, they die. Scarecrow walks 900 miles to the beach.
Yep.
He
Yep.
kills the couple that go off.
Yep. He kills the only other girl that was willing to show her tits.
Yep.
Because like the weird Mamo in the beginning of the movie was in the bedroom with like the dad.
Oh yeah,
And she had her tits out.
yeah. There's like cell phones in the movie, but no one ever calls the police.
They just
Yeah.
call the tit lady and her dad.
Yeah, they call Dad and Ken Shamrock.
and
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock.
Yep.
So let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about the best scene.
The best scene in the movie.
Fuck yeah.
So we hate these fucking people. They were literally hazing those guys. They strung up a kid with diabetes and didn't give him his insulin. What else do they do? They just constantly shitting on each other.
Yeah,
Those two
cheating
dudes
on
pissed-
each other with each other.
Those two dudes pissed on their friend's head,
Yeah,
They listened to
with his-
knockoff Beach Boy music.
which was really embarrassing.
It
Super
was.
embarrassing.
And they
One guy.
Has a
there's a
guitar.
guy with a guitar.
It's like the worst singer I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
Right.
So this is it. I got fed up with all your shit. Swallowed more than one man should in a fucking life. Time was up.
Don't swear.
Move on with my dignity intact. That's a fact.
So yeah, he does that, and he does that to us.
Yeah.
He hurts us. We were hurt emotionally.
I was on my last rope, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
If that scene came in the first 20 minutes, we would not have finished this
no,
movie.
it would have been over.
Yeah,
I was
watched,
rethinking my life choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have watched what was it, Death Warrior.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the other one.
You make me feel. You make me feel.
So fucking bad.
I think this is the worst scene in any movie.
Can the Scarecrow fucking stab this dude in the head?
Holy shit, dude!
You guys
smoke or?
Stop him. How long?
Oh,
they're
yes!
gonna kill him!
I got fed up with all your shit.
Please.
Swallow more than one man should.
He's just starting to like javelin it into his
Dude,
chest.
javelin this dude in the chest.
We need some tension. Come on.
Yes!
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Fuck that guy.
Like that is the loudest I've cheered for anything in my entire. I watched my football team win the Super Bowl. I didn't cheer that fucking loud.
And they actually did a setup payoff. Remember that idiot trying to dig that stake into the ground?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got like unreasonably mad about that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good enough, dude. Just stick it in the dirt.
Yeah.
That'll hold the fucking net, you asshole.
But as far as I'm concerned, that scene was like the whole movie. Basically, it was
Yeah.
just that.
Yep. Yeah.
That scene was. I haven't felt that much dopamine, in a long time.
It was great.
And for a millennial, that was a big hit.
It was.
I almost didn't think about Trump for a second. It was
Same.
really nice.
It was. And but after that, like it's all fucking downhill because like they chase
Would
each
you
other.
guys like Trump if he speared RFK?
I think I'd like him a little bit more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, everything else sucks,
Yeah.
but he did spear.
He did
He
spear
did
RFK.
javelin, fucking RFK.
Clock twice a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
The enemy of my enemy,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a movie. We're done.
No,
No, we're done.
No, a lot of the
We can cut it.
A lot of the movie afterwards takes place in almost pitch black.
It does. Like
It does.
he chases them around in the dark. You think at the beginning of the movie when they filmed that corn scene in broad daylight, you think that maybe they have the sense not to try the night thing, but they didn't, and you can't see shit for the last like third of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
He's chasing them around in the dark. You don't know who's getting killed, who's not getting killed. Ken Shamrock shows up. He walked 900 miles to the beach.
Yeah. Oh, they called Ken Shamrock. Remember, Ken,
That's-
you got to get here, man.
that's
Fuck.
true.
And then the next morning, he strolls in and checks his messages. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He punches the Scarecrow for a bit.
Yep.
Didn't quite get a full like wrestling move.
No.
Which is that's a missed opportunity.
Super missed
The
opportunity.
Scarecrow got him in a rear naked choke though.
Yeah, and then it cuts.
it
and
didn't
we don't
kill
know what
him.
the fuck happens. I think it is around this time we realize that Insulin Boy and Scarecrow are like mind melded. They're
Yeah.
like
We've
soul
been getting
linked.
hints the whole movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did the thing that you said. The,
Yeah, Scarecrow would take punishment. He'd like jolt in the
it'd be like
the weird hospital.
seizing in the hospital. Yeah.
Yep.
That wasn't a hospital. I didn't understand that at all. They might have tried and hand waved that away, but it just looked like a condemned like building that was being fumigated.
Yeah.
It's like a warehouse.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like a shitty apartment building. Maybe.
Yeah. Like the old caption call building that we worked at. Yeah.
So at the beginning of the movie and the end, they film in like this shitty YMCA building that's supposed to be a college.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. It doesn't even look like a fucking high school. It's embarrassing. It's a rec center.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the hospital is just the rec center again, but like they have a bunch of stuff inexplicably like taped off, like the plastic everywhere. It's like, oh no, guys, don't look at the basketball hoops in the background. It's a hospital.
What's the RLM movie that they watched with all the plastic all over the walls, or like the paper up everywhere?
After last season,
That's what it was. Yeah.
where the dude just kept putting like
Paper.
8.5 by 11 printer paper all over the place
Yeah.
for no discernible reason.
That's what I felt about like the plastic in this movie. Like,
yeah,
why is
I
it
think
there?
the place is being painted or something.
Yeah.
There's a short guy in the movie that has short man syndrome.
Yeah, little guy.
And
Little guy.
he's really pissed off all the time. He's also really scared all the time. And he
the
bazookas the fire extinguisher. He's holding it like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're basically at the end of the movie because
Yeah.
like it's really dark still in this abandoned hospital.
Yep.
They try to revive the diabetes guy.
And Scarecrow's getting shocked
Yep.
while dude's getting shocked.
Scarecrow lay die.
And like the movie's you think it's gonna go to end credits, but then the studio got back to the director and was like, dude, this needs to be longer.
Yeah.
And so Ken Shamrock's alive. He has like a little toast with them, the red Solo cup. I fill you up, let's have
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah.
They do a little toast and they're like, yeah, we didn't get killed by the Scarecrow guy.
Yep.
The short guy who's still alive meets with Insulin guy and
Yeah.
they go to the bathroom together as you do. He's like, I gotta shoot up Insulin and then we'll go to that party because a lot of chicks want to suck his dick now.
Hey, I got a thing. Incel-lin?
Ah,
Huh? Is
Yeah.
that
that's
a thing?
probably what he takes.
that
Actually,
something?
yeah, Incel-lin.
All right.
Yeah, you should bust that out for every diabetes person that you meet.
It's true.
He turns it around though. He's no longer black pill because those girls invite him to the party.
That's true. Yeah,
so
they want it.
He got off the forums. He left the r/incel group.
Yeah, no shit.
Black pilled?
That's all. That's a big can of worms. I don't want to open
Yeah,
it.
that's
Open it.
fine.
So like there's the red versus blue pill thing from Matrix and a lot of like cringy alpha fucking
Yeah, I got that
conservative
much.
That movie
dudes.
kicks
I got that
ass,
much.
by the way. Yeah.
So the black pill is like a step further than red pill. It's like you've learned the truth of the world, how like women are evil and they don't want you to be happy and they keep you down. They don't want you to have sex. They ruin the world. And that's the black pill. You've taken that pill and now you're an incel who believes that women are the cause of all of your problems and the problems of everything in the world, basically.
It's making a lot of sense. It's making a lot of sense.
Dude.
I'm not trying to convince you of
RFK
that.
was right the
No
whole
way,
time.
dude.
I asked a girl out once and she was like, I have a boyfriend and now
Yeah.
they don't want to fuck me.
Well, you sit in the shower and you listen to "In the End" by Linkin Park at like full blast, and you imagine like an AMV, like you're on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. Listen to it at
starts
0.8
with
speed.
one.
Yep.
Banging on the shower walls, crying, Christina.
It doesn't even matter how hard I cry. Yeah. I fucking hate Linkin Park. I know you like Linkin Park. I'm sorry.
You like Linkin Park?
I like their first two albums. I think they.
What is wrong with you guys?
What do you mean you got? He said he didn't like them. I
he
said
likes
I like them.
Creed.
I think they're okay.
I like it's
I think
nostalgic.
they're like I was saying earlier. So the reason why Creed is okay, it feels okay to like now. Back in the day, it was really not cool to like them. Now it is. I think it's the same thing as like 80s cheese. I think it's like 80s cheese.
Yeah, it's okay to like Creed now.
It's okay to like Creed now.
I know when you were a little incel, you were like, I can't like Creed.
Hello, my friend. Meet a girl.
The gray pill? What the fuck is that?
It's the Creed pill.
It's the Creed pill, yeah.
This is just contrarianism like gone haywire.
It swings around.
Yeah.
It's like the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Like like everybody agreed those
Nickelback
sucked.
was vaguely popular with like dumb Gen X and boomers,
Minivan moms.
and then all the millennials were like, "It fucking sucks." We were right. We were right the whole time. We don't have to like roll it back like, oh no, they were actually kind of fucking cool. No, they weren't.
Yeah,
I do
agree
have
with
to
that.
admit how you remind me is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I think that's a guilty pleasure of mine. That's another one of those songs. It's like the Creed. It's the Creed effect. I'm gonna coin that term. I feel like how you remind me is the reason I like it is a lot of the reasons why I like Belt My Sacrifice. It's just a cheesy, fun jam. Okay. It's not like you. You know, you feel the music. You don't like it because it's like good unironically. You like it because it makes you feel the Creed inside.
Yeah,
you know?
Everyone's got a little Creed in them.
Everyone's got a little Creed in them.
Everyone's got a little Scott Stapp just being like. Hey Sam,
you're a Christian. Like this is the way Christians talk. Everyone's got a little God in them.
Yeah.
You just don't see the light. It's in there. It's been in there the whole time.
You just gotta let it out, Sam.
No. You know what?
You got a little Scott Stapp in there.
No, I don't live in that reality. I'm sorry. I live in the real reality.
It's a lot like it's poetry. It's a lot like life. You know, you have to take the bad with the good. You have to take the Creed to get the altar bridge. It's
true.
It's true.
Hello,
you gotta appreciate the Creed.
It's me, Scott Stapp.
And Alter Bridge, unironically, a great band. You're listening to Alter Bridge, Sam?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sam hates everything.
I hate everything.
If you're gonna be like, oh, do you like? Sam doesn't like it.
Yeah. Hey, you stole my joke. I was gonna cross that off the list.
Oh yeah, that's true. Damn it. Here, we'll take it from the movie. Go ahead. Hey, Sam,
anyway, do you like a thing? Think of a thing you like. I don't like it.
Okay. yeah. Cinnamon rolls, that's what I thought of. I don't know.
Wow. Hey,
but once you get into fat guy food,
what did you call yourself?
Tapered physique.
Is your tapered physique. Yeah, I also have a tapered physique.
Yeah, I can see that.
So you can see this motherfucker like a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't think food counts in my I hate everything.
No, food's
it's like saying heroin isn't cool. Like,
I
fucking love heroin.
You know what I hate? Pussy. Yeah, okay, guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Anyway, Ken Shamrock fucking dies.
Yeah.
And then after that, well, I mean, first of all, the guy shoots up Insulin is shooting up Insulin in the bathroom, and then he shoots it up in the short guy and kills him with the Insulin.
Yep.
Which it just instantly. And you were saying like you didn't think it would happen that fast. I don't know.
It was real quick.
It was real quick. It was like instantly.
It was instantly.
Right. Well, and I feel like too with the Insulin, like you gotta hit an artery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need some way to mainline it. You can't just stab somebody in the stomach and expect it to act that quickly.
Gave it to us.
But I'm with you that it would probably kill you pretty fast.
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially if there's like air bubbles in the needle, right?
That'd probably be the fastest way.
Yeah.
But again, you'd have to mainline it.
Right.
You couldn't just put a bubble underneath somebody's skin.
But that guy dies.
Have you heard I work with compressed air sometimes. Oh. Have you heard the horror stories about compressed air?
No.
People giving themselves like cerebral edemas by just shooting it at their skin and filling their like blood vessels up with air.
That's a nightmare. That's nightmare. Why don't we watch a horror movie about that?
I don't know. Like just a bad guy that like shoots compressed air up people's asses.
That's what the guy in No Country for Old Men does, right? He shoots
it's a cow punch.
Oh, it's a cow punch?
Yeah, it's basically just a giant like Nerf gun.
Boom.
But that's like metal and like captive, so it just like punches a rod into a cow's head and kills it instantly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess I was making up a different version of that movie up in my head.
No, I like the idea of it being just compressed air.
Yeah.
Walks around with WD-40.
Yeah.
The dad killer, fucking Tim the Tool Man Taylor with his can of WD-40. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
That'd suck. You're like in the middle of the woods. You're like, oh, fuck. And then you just hear like, har, har, har.
I need a killer in a movie with a potato gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. just like a little shit of a little boy like running around the potato gun.
Giant potato gun.
Has a comedic like hat with a spinner and shit.
Like a quick zoom on the lady's face, and she's like, ah, and then it cuts to him, like a smash zoom to his face, and all you hear is funk, and then blood on a wall.
Yeah.
Does it end on like Scarecrow's still alive?
So Scarecrow's still alive. He does like force lightning, remember?
Oh my god, they have the force lightning fight.
Yeah. Force lightning fight.
Oh yeah, in the church, right?
In the church, right in front of the cross. There's a lot of Jesus imagery. I thought it was a funny choice that they just kept him as a scrawny guy in the climax.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have him be the menacing Scarecrow. They just were like, oh no, the Scarecrow has taken over his puny little fucking body.
Yep.
Yeah. And now he is menacing, even though he's like 120 pounds.
Soaking wet, if that. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he force lightnings. I think he kills somebody with the force lightning.
Well, it's off screen, but he kills Shamrock and hangs Fuckboy.
He hangs Fuckboy.
And then they have a punchy fight in the church.
Yep.
Right.
And I think the logic of the movie is that our hero boy steals the power of the Scarecrow and puts it into his body, realizes it, and then kills himself by laying on the cross.
And then the
think that's
movie
probably
hangs
what
out for like 2 minutes as if it is also trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
And then it just
And
kind of
then it
ends,
just
right?
ends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Credits.
Dumb credits,
Martyred.
too.
Oh yeah, it was I Will Remember You. Have you guys seen? I hope you haven't because it's fucking awful. Okay, so spoiler alert for the Venom Last
No one
Dance
cares.
movie.
Yeah, it's fine.
No one
You're good.
fucking cares.
Don't watch it anyway. But the Venom symbiote thing like dies at the end of the movie, and like the guy has to live his life without him. And at the end, he like looks to the sky and like cries about it, and like remembers like all the good times they shared. And it plays that terrible fucking Maroon 5 song where it's like, "Here's for the one that we got."
No shit.
Here's to the and that's what I was thinking of the whole time it was doing this, because it plays the credits and it does like this like longing like in memoriam of everybody who died. It has the guy holding the fire extinguisher as a bazooka in case you forgot that.
Yeah. Half the people are in like almost pitch darkness.
Yeah, you can't even fucking
see their faces.
who they are. But yeah, no, it's just tears bring back all the memories.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst song I've ever heard in my life, by the way. I think that's the worst one.
Well, your standards are crazy, so I don't know whether it's bad or good.
Have you not heard that song?
Look, man, you like Creed. I don't know what's wrong with the universe, okay?
Listen to that song. And,
I've heard that
put
song.
standards
It sucks.
aside.
Maroon 5 sucks. I'm glad we can agree on something. God damn.
First album's pretty good.
What?
Huh?
What song was pretty good?
That's the first album's pretty good.
Oh yeah, this love.
Songs about Jane. Yeah,
that's
it's a great
good one.
album.
Yeah, I think your standards are the one that are weird, man.
Yeah, man, you got to start liking more garbage.
Yeah, true. Facts.
Yeah.
Got to loosen up a little bit. See, like I was surprisingly, I'm more cynical, obviously, in a lot of ways as an adult. But as a teenager, I was more like, I hate everything. And once I got to be an adult, I'm like, I do hate everything.
You know what
but
I am?
it's exhausting to hate other like media. You know?
10 cents. No, 2 cents.
Okay.
I fucking hated it. And that scene where that guy got stabbed was it.
Oh, man.
That was the only thing in the movie.
I think I'm giving it a whole quarter, 25 cents,
You
just for the
bastard.
just for the javelin.
I
scene.
was thinking quarter, too.
You
Ken Shamrock
son
in
of
the
a
quarter,
bitch.
Yeah.
or in the javelin, that's where the quarter.
the javelin
right.
scene is
I'm gonna-
probably one of the best scenes in any like shitty horror movie I've ever seen.
I'm going to make my case. I'm going to make
Fair.
my case.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
You got the floor, buddy.
Literally nothing else happened in the movie.
But the thing that happened,
Was not worth 25 cents.
I think it was worth 25 cents.
No, because the song took away 25 cents.
That was pretty painful.
The song was so bad
It was pretty bad.
that the only thing
Oh,
that happened. Okay, so imagine this: the movie's nothing, right? So say the movie wasn't all the way bad; it was just nothing, right? No cents were being gained. That song hits, and they owe us money. They're in the hole, all right.
Yeah.
And then that javelin kills that man, and you get 25 cents back, but you lost 23, so 2 cents.
Okay.
And then the rest of the movie was nothing.
I get it. I respect it.
I get that.
I still
Yeah.
I
So
still give it
2 cents.
No.
I mean,
25
so
cents.
like
You
first
fuck!
of all, like maybe I'm a little bit of a masochist, but it's so awful that it's like impressive. It was like amazing how awful that was making me feel. And then not only that, but we're wrestling fans. We appreciate them building up a good heel, right?
Yeah.
They're building that fucking guy with the guitar up as the greatest heel, and the Scarecrow comes in as the baby face. He throws the javelin, he fucking kills that guy. That's wrestling,
Yeah.
man. That's wrestling.
Yeah.
What about all the relationship shit?
I
That
didn't
just
even pay
sucked
attention to
all the
that.
energy out of the room.
That javelin was Austin's like glass hitting, and you're like, oh fuck! Like yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, yeah. He's
The
back.
relationship shit,
They're courting in the beginning before they had sex. It made me want to die.
Yeah.
it was so dark that I couldn't even
Yeah, it's hard to tell what
they
was
were
happening for most of it.
doing. They might not have even been fucking. They might have just been like gently massaging each other for all.
When
we
those dudes pissed on that guy's head.
Oh, the sand tits. Yeah.
know.
Just saying.
There's another 5 cents for that scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. No.
So 30 cents. Yeah, okay, 30 cents. Yeah.
Nah,
You guys are-
25.
you guys
25
are
is
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've lost this court case. You know. I rest
Yeah.
my case.
Yeah.
I've lost.
Yeah.
The verdict is coming.
Good.
Yeah. Both
You
of
know.
you you're on thin ice.
But it's still 25 cents.
you got points on your
Yeah,
license.
this is the court of Sam. You're right.
It's